People will call me Lizzy long legs. I'm 6'3". Today I'm going on a blind date. For work I have OnlyFans. I also make customised videos, things such as height comparison videos, humiliation videos. Dating is difficult in Cornwall because a lot of people already know who I am, and it's quite unusual for somebody to be of my height. I'm hoping that my date will react positively, but I'm also worried that he might actually react negatively.
Hello.
All right.
How tall are you?
I'm 6'3".
You're 6'3"?
Yeah.
You're a giant.
Maybe I should wear these, but then, particularly in Cornwall, the doorways are pretty low. So could you imagine if I rocked up in these, I'd be ducking even further just to get under a doorway. My name's Lizzy, people also call me Lizzy long legs. I'm 28 and from Cornwall. I'm 6'3". Today I'm going on a blind date. For work I have OnlyFans. I also make customised videos on request, things such as height comparison videos, humiliation videos. Dating is difficult in Cornwall because a lot of people already know who I am, and it's quite unusual for somebody to be of my height. I'm hoping that my date will react positively, but I'm also worried that he might actually react negatively.
My name's Andy, I'm from Somerset, I'm 38, I'm a healthcare support worker now for the NHS. I haven't actually got a type, that's what I'm looking for, the connection.
I'm feeling really nervous, to be honest. I think if he was just rude or made comments, whether it be, what I do for a job or my height, I think that would put me off massively.
Hello.
All right.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too.
That's good.
Yeah, good.
What's your name?
Lizzy.
Lizzy, nice to meet you, I'm Andy.
Right.
Yeah, wow. Nice to meet you. How are you?
Yeah, I was a bit nervous.
Same here, yeah, I'm massively nervous too, yeah, gotcha, yeah, I was not sure what to expect or anything. You're absolutely stunning, by the way. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. What do you do for a living?
I do.
I noticed that, yeah. Do you know what, that actually doesn't bother me,
No. How tall are you?
Yeah, really 5'7". How tall are you? Does it bother me? Because I'm not that tall
I'm
in
6'3".
Australia. You're 6'3".
Yeah.
You're a giant. It doesn't bother me as long as it doesn't bother me being that short.
It doesn't bother me about me being tall. I wear heels, so I'm 6'5" right now, so there's a massive difference.
Yeah, I don't wear heels. I'm sure if I took my shoes off, I'd be a little bit smaller as well.
So what? You're 5'7" with your shoes on?
I don't know. Maybe, possibly. Yeah, Christ, 6'3". Me. Like I said, it doesn't bother me. That's absolutely fine.
What do you do?
I'm a chef.
Okay.
So I'm not a chef anymore. I keep saying I'm a chef, but I'm not anymore. I've just come out of that. I'm work for the NHS, healthcare support worker.
Yeah.
It's a good job. I like it.
I used to be a support worker.
Oh, did you? Yeah. Oh, right, cool. That's cool.
I do. It's not just doing the OnlyFans site. I do niche stuff. So around my height. So height videos.
Oh, that's cool.
Humiliation videos for short guys.
Brilliant.
I decided to go into this kind of work during the time just before the pandemic due to just financially struggling. What I love about my job is empowering women to embrace their differences. I only like people that are obviously
into being humiliated by giant women. Is there a lot of that? You must make a mint.
Yeah.
If I could get away with it, I could, but...
I was top, I think last year I was top 1% creator, made top 1% creator.
Wow, fantastic. The thing is, even if you weren't on OnlyFans, you'd get a lot of attention. You're striking to look at. You are a beautiful girl.
Thank you.
So at the end of the day, you'd probably get a lot of attention whether you're on OnlyFans or not.
I don't really know anything about you.
Me? Well, I'm 38. Been travelling for 6 years.
Okay.
Spent 2 years in Australia, 2 years in New Zealand, 2 years in Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what? You've done OnlyFans. I actually did in Australia.
Did you?
Yeah, it was just solo act.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. It's somewhere out there somewhere. Mm-hmm. But I didn't ask where it was because I just got the money and just legged it. Thank you very much. Cheers. Cheers, by the way.
Mine's holding my lipstick. It's been circulating.
No idea what to expect, but definitely a positive thing so far. Yeah, it's really nice so far.
Excuse me, I'm just going to go to the toilet.
There you go for it. Yeah.
My first impressions of him is he's very chatty, but I think that just came down to him being very nervous. I think with regards to the height difference between us, I have been with people in the past that have been shorter than me. Obviously that was a bit of a surprise. All right?
You're right.
Oh my God.
It's got a bit cold.
Yeah, it has actually.
Definitely got a bit nippy. I've travelled a bit and that. Love animals. I'd love to be a vet, but I don't think I could handle it. Like putting an animal down.
Well, my son accidentally stood on one of my friend's kittens yesterday.
Oh, poor little thing.
Yeah, but he's alright though. So.
How many kids have you got?
I've got 3.
You got 3, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I've got none.
Okay.
No kids. Never been married. No, never
I haven't been married. I had a few failed relationships. My relationships ended due to them taking advantage of my large platform and the things that they were able to gain from it for themselves. Initially accepting of what I do and almost seeming very keen to get involved in everything that I do until it almost emasculated them. What about yourself?
Really? I've been ghosted quite a lot recently, you know? I don't understand why. I've been on like Tinder and stuff like that, and I make dates, and you're like, yeah, brilliant. And then the next day they block me. I've had that, like, that's recently, in the last, like, what, 4 or 5, I've been single for like a year.
I guess it can do a lot, you know, and not for your confidence.
Some people have described me as a Labrador puppy. You know, very loving and very just in your face and love.
I don't let myself like open up very like to anybody really.
That's my issue. I open up too much, maybe. It smells so nice. My ideal place to live is actually a shack on the beach.
Really?
Yeah, literally just.
What, like yourself?
Yeah. Well, if I'm with someone at the time, join me if you want. More than welcome to. Like literally a shack on the beach, and I'll have a little boat, and I'll have a dog, a monkey, and a parrot.
So you just want to be completely isolated from society. My goal is to be completely out there.
That food was nice, wasn't it? It was really nice.
Yeah,
unfortunately, we did talk a lot and we let it go cold. But what we ate of it, it was nice. I enjoyed it. Should we go? Yeah. Fancy getting over? Yeah. Let's go.
Do I make you feel short, do I?
No, not at all. Not at all. I feel huge.
I think it went well and he seems like a really nice person.
What did you think about his reaction to your job?
I think that he reacted really positively. I think that, you know, I was dreading that he'd act differently or have less respect for me because of what I do for a job, but he was very kind about it.
My first impressions of Lizzy, definitely striking to look at, like very beautiful. I didn't actually notice how tall she was, obviously, until she said, and I was like, oh my God. What surprised me is obviously the height and the humiliation with men thing. That's what surprised me, but love it, I think it's hilarious. Well, I think it went well. What do you think?
Yeah, I do. You seem like a really lovely person.
Would you like to see each other again?
I definitely would like to see you again, yeah.
Yeah, we definitely said we'd stay in contact, didn't we?
We definitely said we would.
I'd say it's definitely taught me that not to just assume that everybody would be the same towards me just because I've been scorned by a couple of people in the past.
I'm 4'2". We're not a laughing stock. We're not something that you can just point at. We're an actual person. This is my first date ever today. I feel really, really nervous. A little bit scared, a bit apprehensive. Yeah, like a lot of mixed emotions.
Hello there, how are you doing?
So I'm getting ready to go on my first date. It's obviously meeting someone new and maybe what they'll think of me when they see me. Hi, my name's Meryl. I'm 25 years old and I'm from Edinburgh. I've not actually been on dates. I'm quite a private person in that way. This is my first date ever today, so yeah. I've kept myself to myself, kind of. I've not really put myself out there in that way. I've just kind of went on dating websites, but it wasn't really for me. I want people to get to know me as a person without actually making preconceptions about me. My gran alters all my clothes. A lot of girls and stuff, I'll be like, oh my God, I've got that dress. How do you have that dress? I feel really, really nervous. A little bit scared, a bit apprehensive. Yeah, like a lot of mixed emotions.
Hi, my name's Stevie, I'm from Edinburgh and I do music. I don't know an awful lot about my date. I know that she's meant to be quite outgoing and I'm looking forward to meeting her. Hello there, how are you doing?
Lovely to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you too. Yeah. How are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Good, I got you these flowers.
Thank you. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, thank you.
How are you feeling? You
I'm
alright?
good. I was actually so nervous, so
Yeah.
nervous.
I
Oh, you got
know.
a suit and everything.
I know, I'm trying to make an
Oh
effort.
my God, that's impressive.
You know what I mean? Have you ever
It's-
been on a blind date before?
No, never
or-
been on, so I've been quite nervous. So
Yeah,
so,
no,
yeah.
it's fine.
What about
We'll have a laugh,
yourself?
you know? No, I've never been on one
No,
before,
okay,
you know?
that's quite good. So at least
Yeah.
we're both in the same situation then.
Yeah.
I think probably the best sign that a date is going well is that they're able to, they're making conversation with you. Thank you. They actually have a genuine interest in what you're saying.
Thank you very much.
Oh,
Thank you.
that was good.
So have you dated much in the past or done much?
Not really, I've kind of kept myself to myself in a sense. Like, I've not really, like, with dating apps and stuff, I kind of tried it, but there's a lot, like, you know, there's a lot of people out there and I wasn't really, like, into that kind of thing. A lot of people would message me, like jokey things, like, midget, or like, how do you reach to this, or how do you do this, hey little lady, or something, just weird things. And then I just realised this is not for me. I don't want to actually put myself out there and be made a laughing stock.
If you meet someone in person, it's a totally different thing.
Yeah,
because nowadays with the the meetings, people are meeting or they're doing a lot online because they have to.
Yeah.
But there's also an energy when you're in the room with someone, or if you're going to a meeting, it's totally different.
No, I agree completely. So yeah, people always say, oh my God, so you're going to marry someone like little like you? I'm like, no, I'm not going to get in a relationship with someone just because they're little. That's like saying someone with brown hair can only ever go with someone with brown hair. I think a lot of people are not really educated about my condition and stuff, so it's just about raising awareness as well as education. So dwarfism is basically restricted growth. I've got a specific type called achondroplasia, so it's shorter arms and shorter legs, but my torso is average height. Dwarfism just affects my body, it doesn't affect my mind, it doesn't affect anything else. Cheers! I never asked to be different. I just want to go to the shops like everyone else. I don't have to get stared at, I don't have to get pointed at or laughed at. A lot of people will shout dwarf or they'll shout midget. I'll get quite upset about it and it helped my confidence quite a lot, but I just try and ignore it.
I mean, if everyone was the same, the world would be boring though.
Exactly, no, exactly.
It'd be a boring place.
Anything you want to know, like, I'll tell someone just so they're more educated. I feel like people are not as harsh if they know more about it, if you get me, like it's become familiarity.
Yeah, instead of them being maybe a bit uneasy about things.
Yeah, uneasy or walking on eggshells.
Yeah, I can't say that word though, what was it?
Achondroplasia, so so it's like
achondroplasia.
Yeah. So it's like, I can't even spell it, and I've got it.
Achondroplasia. It's such a cool word, but I've never met someone with achondroplasia. But it's great to learn that.
Exactly. And everything's about a learning curve. You learn every day's a school day. That's what I always say. Like, you learn so much and just get to know different people. Like going out of your comfort zone. I'm gonna go to the ladies' bathroom. That's okay. But yes, I will be back in 2 seconds. If that's okay. Okay. So I feel like the date's going really well. It's a lot better than I thought. The conversation's flowing. I feel like he's speaking to me like an actual person, not just looking through me and not judging me based on my condition. Do you think yeah, I do. I find him attractive. Yeah. Thank you so much for the flowers, by the way. That was
yeah, you're welcome. Of course. Has there been a certain thing in your mind which has changed or evolved over the last 5 years, 10 years?
I think I wasn't as an independent person like 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Yeah, I was quite like, not mollycoddled, but I was quite like bubble wrapped in this kind of sense at school and stuff, and my friends were very, very protective of me.
As a man, like, I'm a strong, masculine man, but sometimes you just need somebody to give you a hug, and that's okay, that's fine.
Yeah. Well, it's been lovely meeting you.
Yeah, you
really
too.
Has.
No, thank you. Yeah.
I'll give you a hug.
Of course I'll give you a hug.
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
But no, it's been a pleasure. I was so nervous, but I'm glad you're a really
me
lovely
too.
person as
I
well.
was nervous as well, But yeah, that was lovely. Thank you very much.
Lovely to meet you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've learnt a lot today.
I know, exactly. Well, you've got a new word now, so yes.
Yeah.
So, how did you both find that date?
Really good, yeah.
Yeah, it was good, yeah.
Really good, yeah.
We're both very talkative, No awkward silences or anything like that, I think Meryl's got a lot of energy, high energy, So I was trying to get a word in now and then. But I think we should have our own show, definitely. We're going to have our own show.
We could put our names together. S&M. No. No, M&S.
Meryl did impress me. Yeah, she surprised me a lot. I think what she said to me about her condition, that people are maybe afraid to ask about it, and she's saying she'd rather they just ask. That was something that was quite eye-opening.
Did you fancy her?
I fancied her spirit, I think, there's different forms of attraction, but for me, she has a beautiful spirit, and I was really attracted to her spirit, so it's been a pleasure to have met her today, and I'm thankful for that.
I think we did really well, yeah. He was a really lovely guy. I felt like it wasn't awkward, he wasn't on eggshells about me and my condition, that was really good. He spoke to me from me as a person. I definitely think it would be nice to see him as a friend. I'm not showing a romantic side, but definitely as a friend. So the dating experience has definitely taught me my confidence is growing a lot. And now I've done it, it's kind of like ripping off the Band-Aid, it's like I've done it now. I can now go ahead and go on other dates if I feel comfortable.
I'm Savvy Trap. I am 6'8.5". Growing up, my height always affected me in one way or another. In 1 month, I grew almost 2 inches. I'm going into this blind. I don't usually do blind dates. Can I hug you?
Yes,
okay?
of course.
I am actually married to my beautiful wife, Danielle. I'm Savvy Trap. I'm 28 years old and I live in Duluth, Minnesota. I am 6'8.5". Growing up, my height always affected me in one way or another, just whether it was me growing so fast that my coordination couldn't necessarily keep up. I was kind of like fumbling and awkward. In 1 month, I grew almost 2 inches once. The pain in my legs, I've got stretch marks on the back of my legs from that. And at age 12, 6th grade, I was 6'2" and wearing size 12 men's shoes. And I just felt like different than everyone. Now I feel a lot better about my height. Our mom, she raised us up really well and just really poured into our hearts and our minds that being tall and being different was something to be proud of and something that was beautiful. For the longest time, like, I didn't know that polyamory was a thing. I never had heard of it. It wasn't until I met my lovely wife, Danielle, that she really taught me what polyamory is and that, you know, you can love more than one person and it doesn't take away from anyone or anything. It just builds on the love. I'm going into this blind. I don't usually do blind dates. I'm a little bit nervous, but mostly excited. Finding clothes that fit right is such a challenge. This is meant to be a long dress. This is meant to go past one's knees. But this, it just barely, you know, and just because I have such long legs, if it's like borderline short, it's gonna look, you know, mildly scandalous just because my legs are so long.
My name's Hans, I'm 21. I really like someone who's intelligent. I'm creative myself. They don't have to be creative, but I like people who are creative that come from all different types of backgrounds. I really appreciate those things. Hey!
How's it going?
Great, how are you doing?
Good. Can I hug you?
Yes, of
Okay.
course,
Oh,
of course. Nice to meet you.
And your name was?
I'm Hans.
Awesome. They didn't give me
Yeah.
any information, so
Yeah.
I'm Savannah.
Me neither. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. But yeah, my friends call me Savvy.
Okay.
Yeah. Are you from the area or?
Yeah, I'm originally from Duluth.
No way.
Yeah. But now I live in the cities, like in miniature stuff.
I'm laughing because I'm from Duluth. I literally drove from Duluth this morning.
No way.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Small world, you just get smaller.
Yeah.
I have like when I'm on a date, like I have, you know, a couple things that, obviously I'm super tall, right? So,
Right, yeah.
I'm 6'8.5", probably 7 in the boots.
Wow, that's awesome.
So, like, usually before I even meet people, I usually tell them that just to like limit the shock factor. But you handled it with grace and so well. I never really have experienced that, like in a first time like meeting with someone. So that was just so refreshing and so like, oh my gosh, like God bless you.
Good. I really appreciate that. Yeah. Yeah, we all come in shapes and sizes, and I don't judge when it comes to that.
Yeah, no, that's totally awesome. I really appreciate like a refreshing, like non-judgmental perspective. Do you know what polyamory is?
I do know like just a little bit, like just briefly kind of what it's about, but yeah, not
Gotcha.
super,
So
yeah.
I am a polyamorous person, so that means I have more than one like romantic relationship. And so I am actually married to my beautiful wife, Danielle. We've been married for 3 years and she's polyamorous as well, of course. I also have another long-term partner that I've been seeing for about 4 years as well. You know, where we're from up north, it's like not a very common thing, right? So like I immediately like have to say, hey, like, are you okay with this? Because like a lot of people either are misinformed or not informed at all about what it is. And they're like, oh cool, you get to be with all the people you want. So I'm like, no, That's not quite exactly how it is. Just because I'm married and I have my boyfriend Ryan, that doesn't stop me wanting to, you know, make these new connections with people. And the fact of the matter is that it really does not force you to define any relationships, because they can be whatever they're meant to be, whatever they're meant to evolve into, right? So like if you're friends with this person and then feelings happen, well then you can build on that and you can grow that and you can naturally just let the relationships evolve to where they're supposed to go. Do you have any like immediate like reactions or like surprises like meeting me now, or like all of this stuff I just threw you? I did an awful lot of talking and I promise I'm a good listener too.
No, I'm all for it. I love to listen. Like I love to listen to your background. I think like you probably live like a really cool life, and so I'd love to hear more about that.
Yeah, I don't know. So that's just a little bit about what I'm up to. And
yeah.
So what do you do?
Yeah, so I go to school at St. Olaf, so it's just like a small liberal arts college. So I'm just in my last year there, so I'm a senior. So I might graduate in 2 weeks. So.
Oh my gosh! Well then, what's next?
Yeah. Well, I do music, so I write music, produce music, and put that out there. Yeah. So.
That's very cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I have about like 50 songs out on Spotify and all songs.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Thank you.
You know?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Wow.
So, we're going to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Awesome.
Bones sitting in the chair too long.
Yeah.
I think it's going good so far. I feel like he is super open and honest and receptive to everything I'm saying, and he's not, you know, just saying like, yeah. He's like thinking about what I'm saying. I don't think it could possibly be going any better, to be honest with you. Like, we're laughing, we're talking about things. I don't know, I'm excited.
Yeah. So is your family really tall, like your mom and dad? Or?
Yeah, this is actually super random, but actually since 2020 I've had the Guinness World Record for the longest tallest family.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we're all pretty tall. My little brother Adam is the tallest. It's just under 7'4". Next is me at 6'8.5", and then my dad at 6'8". And then my sister, she's just under 6'6", and then my mom is coming in as the runt at 6'3". Well, this was lovely, and I would absolutely love to see you again sometime.
For
and
sure.
We'll just have to probably exchange some contact info.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. How did the date go? I think it went awesome. I think we really connected and have a lot of like similar values, and we both agreed that we wanted to see each other again.
I totally agree. Definitely just similar backgrounds, which was really cool to catch up on. And definitely similar values.
We're all different for a reason. If everything was the same, everything would be so incredibly boring. So just celebrate our differences and connect on our similarities and just find a way to meet each other in the middle, you know?